Hello. Hello, Spirit. There are two Mendez brothers with the Wethersfield police. There are other Wethersfield police recorded switching names, recorded roles with child sex offenders interbranch. Also interbranch police outside of courts with the Mendez brothers. Now, see, these are people who were raised with identity theft crime roles, pretending they knew me because they had ties to drug dealing and stuff I did a report on, because they had roles with foreign and domestic corruption that was tied to my middle school, to my grammar school. I didn't know them, but but people made confessions to me about it, and they're recorded involved with it now. See, there's a Janito Mendez recorded and confessed involved, attaching me and little kids to fake conversations as a detective with retired and understanding detectives involved with child sex offenders in my area. They spread lies to my family, pretending I knew people. I'm just, you're polite to someone. These are like extensive identity thefts clicks, because these are also interbranch actors preventing people's voice, because they know there are judges, evidence fabrication nature drug clicks with the courts tied to the Mendez brothers since they were kids, criminally involved with John Mayana with fake news. That's why Anthony Agnew also recorded and confessed involved with crimes with the Lethe family and a Lombardo family with doctors and nurses and stuff like that with drug clicks, retired and standing, with Hartford Hospital. Attached me to fake conversations because they put people for a mental evaluation if they try to report. That's how it's one of the ways they cover up themselves when they're caught, because I caught them extensively through time with all kinds of predicate acts, not just sexual child abuses. And this is with other families at the high school and the middle school and the grammar school and with the colleges tied. So they can't reply because they need to pretend to be making mistakes in the dividing issues. They're recorded dividing issues. They're recording effectively needing to be caught and to be challenged for their recorded sex crime acts roles with the principal sex offender worse than him. See, Memorial Day comes up, so they knew this was coming up. They know they have lie progressions they need to cover up with a Yagman family, with a Leahy family, interbranch families, interbranch cliques, tied campus cliques, on off campuses. They all kinds of crimes. See, they're not letting people report crime acts because we have interbranch collusion, forging names, switching dates, identity thefts. You see what I'm saying? And these are people also recorded with crimes with the Trade Center investigation, with interbranch in New York, tied to the same ones here. And these are worse than interstate because the internation cliques. Wethersfield police also confessed and recorded that a Scalora family with other people that recorded and confessed that a Scalora family is involved with them with drug and sex crime and identity theft crime roles with them. Also, strangers when I was in high school, people on all sides of high school associated with drugs and stuff like that, and with such confessions tied to their roles with overt criminal enterprises that I didn't even know. They'll say I know them because I filmed them before and after smoking drugs. I'm in a house in front of my high school, recorded and confessed involved still with the sex offenders cliques, with Fred Grisey and with the Agnew family, with houses on each side of the high school, each side of the middle school, also recorded and confessed, even with businesses, with the Zano and stuff like that. In other words, these are people who need to pretend that they're my friends and stuff like that. They don't know why I'm talking. These aren't my friends. And then other contexts, they need to knock behind my back because they also recorded interbranch stacking falsified police reports from police from different towns and making arrests where there was no arrest, drawing up a fake arrest after the fact because one of the tied CCSU sex offenders, they were recorded rape threats. They wouldn't let me report that because they got caught with that. So what they did was have an East Hartford officer, Magnanos, escort me out with another officer off campus, forcing me to walk next to his gun with my arm touching his gun. The East Hartford guy in my house. Also, his daughter recorded and confessed involvement with the CCSU on off-campus court. These are the guy with East Hartford police. They have East Hartford foreign and domestic tied to like those plane dealerships, places, undercovers sharing women with like those stripper places associated with CCSU, roles with that off campus where the police share the women and with federal criminals. They have evidence perception rackets with them. We have no when you see theater on TV where the police says that we have the best detectives and stuff like that, garbage. Look at Hartford. Since our founding, this was built for criminal foreign influence infrastructure. If you even mentioned it before our founders were even born, building other than the pathology they forced. This is before cars. They hurt you and your whole family. See. So we have this method of not letting crime acts reported, and we have interbranch collusion. So there's, in other words, they're pretending that you're supposed to, use the other branches, but they're shifting names, switching names, forging names into branch. They're lying to family members about the past through time, about past relationships to people and stuff like that never were, and setting up. Recorded them setting up exceptions to exploit criminally. See, we'll examine how exception nature and how our English course, like with the value that the predicate shares simultaneously with the predicate act, sharing identity of the sciences. Predicate act is inherently negative, active, and progressive value, which these branches are with the recorded predicate act roles. Also within as trade center crime roles. So what they do too on Facebook, they've been blocking me before holidays because there's a Yagman family and the interbranch police families already locked themselves into live progression cover-up names, identity theft roles. There's a Christine Bedard, Christine Tardet, also recorded and confessed with various natures of WFSB, Fox CT. Recorded and confessed involved with crimes with a Domain family, with the Mendez family, with the sexual offenders, drug crimes, identity theft clicks, evidence crime predators. These are police families. Also recorded and confessed involved with Charlie Bowes. I never had a conversation with too. A woman who says his sister, and people with the Old Town Cafe sought me out. I never had anything to do with the Old Town Cafe to confess and record that they have crime roles with confirm they have crime roles with Chris Walters called me there to make all these confessions sequentially in a row, which is the person who I only know recorded from context where he recorded to demonstrate and record he had roles with crimes with interbranch actors and with child offenders and worse than interstate. His brothers also associated with like Washington, with programs with courts and stuff like that, where they have policing and stuff like that shared. But they have these problems because they have the gangs juxtaposed with the interbranch fakes. Follow the rules.